Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to your reading. This reading is timeless and it is for all signs, so it will find you when it's time. Let's get into the reading. What messages want to come through for the collective? All right, I'm feeling a lot of excitement. I feel like a lot of my readings have started that way, so that's good. A lot of people excited. There's so much possibility. And that is what is really, really exciting. What possibility will you pick? There's so many options. All of them are wonderful. Some of them feel more natural. Some of them feel like things that you have maybe dabbled in before, and some of them are more new or have taken a different form. Do you have to pick though? Couldn't you do it all? Well, then you might wonder, do I have the time to do it all? Yeah, you do. Because sometimes whenever we're working on something, there can be some periods of time where we don't really know what to do next, or we're a little bit stuck on a problem related to it. And so then it can be really nice to work on something else during that time. And sometimes when we have a lot of projects, even though it can be a lot to manage, and sometimes even make us feel a little bit overwhelmed, that overwhelm can kind of be good because it pushes us to make use of all of our time. If we are only working on maybe one thing, then we have some dead time. And during that dead time, maybe we don't utilize it in the way that we could, right? We kind of get bored or lazy or tired or get distracted by things. But when we have a few different things to work on and we're excited about them, every free opportunity is like, oh, awesome, I could go do this other thing. Oh, awesome, I could go do this other thing. Wow. The cards definitely have some things to say, I think. So many things to say. What other messages? I'm feeling a person. This person feels female. They feel like a sister or cousin or friend that is female that you feel like is a sister. They feel like they're coming into your space. I feel like they have news. I feel like they've been going through a rough journey and finally they have good news, but because the journey has been rough, they are a little bit hesitant to share it, but they want to share it because they care about you and they want you to know what is going on in their life and to be a part of that journey. So that is good. And so if this happens and they want to chat with you, give them reassurance, but if they're not feeling like they want too much of that and you're picking up on that, that is okay too. But I do feel like reassurance could help them feel better about things because the journey has been rough for them, and it can be hard when the journey has had a lot of disappointments to allow yourself to get completely excited about something. And that is natural. And it's not that they're not excited. They just want to be cautious with their excitement because they don't want to make it seem like it's this really, oh, guess what? It's going to happen. And then later on, they have to come back and be like, actually, never mind, it didn't happen. And then have to tell everybody that they told it was going to happen, that it didn't, and then have to relive that moment of disappointment over and over again. So there's definitely a lot that will be kind of weighing on their mind when they share. So just be gentle, and really feel into kind of where they're at and try to meet them where they're at. Don't try to bring them to a new place. So what I mean by that is like, don't try to make them feel better about things if that's not where they are at, because their journey is valid as well. So wherever they're at is worthy and it is good and it needs and deserves the time that it wants to take. Because if you repress or try to make them repress what's going on, it becomes a shadow, and that only hurts the person even more down the line. So yes, that wanted to come through. Okay. But it seems to be positive. like some kind of new beginning for them that they have really wanted and been trying for quite some time. All right, let's take a look at the cards. Got a lot of cards. Oh. Okay. So, there's a lot of things that you are growing. A lot of options that you could have. You don't need to pick just one. This isn't the Seven of Cups. This is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups is you having to make a decision. It didn't come out. Seven of Pentacles is that you are growing many things. You're planting many seeds. There is something to celebrate. There is a third. And there is a Three of Swords. So this could be related to the female in your life that comes in that maybe has had their heart broken, some disappointments that have happened quite a few times, that is wanting to share something to celebrate something that is a third, something that is a creation, a manifestation, a third, something new. I don't feel like this is your card, but do try not to give them more heartbreak by trying to make them feel differently than they do feel. Just kind of really make sure that you honor where they are. And you're definitely thinking about what's new for me. What are my new horizons? I've got a lot of energy. I want to move forward. I want to move forward in one direction, but you don't need to move forward in one direction. If you only move forward in one direction, yes, it seems like the best way. It seems like I can be really focused. I can put all my energy in it. I can really build it. But the energy, if you only focus it in one direction, can slow down. And you want to make sure that you're keeping your momentum, and that comes with more than just one thing. Make sure that you are not competing with other people. Maybe when this person comes to you and tells you their good news, you feel a little bit jealous, or you feel like, man, I wish I was there, or I had what they have. So maybe it's not jealousy, but it's like, man, I wish I had that. And suddenly you feel lack. Don't allow yourself to feel that way, because their journey probably is not the journey that you'd want to have been on, okay? Their journey was not very easy. So you don't really want things necessarily the way that they had them and in the timeline that they had them, because while it's great news and it's good for them and it's their journey, it was not all pleasant. So just kind of know that like sometimes when things seem really good for somebody and we think, man, I wish that could happen for me, just know that you don't know what it took to get there. It seems really happy and rosy and like, oh, so perfect now. But that doesn't mean that it was that way the whole time. And so, yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. Don't allow competition or jealousy to get in the way. Because, yeah, you don't know a person's story. It can seem like they had it so easy, but they didn't, and you know that. And you won't ever really know the extent of that, but you were maybe part of the journey at some points in time, so you do know that. So just kind of keep that in mind, because whatever they receive, you will receive. So just so you know that, you will receive it, and it will be very exciting when that happens for you. And because this person went through such a challenging journey, they're only going to be even more excited for you when it happens. So give them this moment for sure. You may be struggling with some friendships, and it is because, or some relationships, and it is because sometimes you get in your own way. I think sometimes you focus too much on how you think things or people or relationships should be, how someone should act or be, or how they should show up, or how they should react. And in doing that, while you may have good intentions on that, it is slightly controlling behavior. And so people feel not the good intentions, they feel the controlling behavior. And so that makes them want to kind of step away. So if you're having some struggles with relationships, that might be why. If you're looking for an apology from somebody, I think it may come in 4, so maybe 8, but I feel 4. So I think that's 4 weeks. But could be 8 weeks. But an apology is coming your way. If there are relationships that you are losing, do not cry over spilled milk, because sometimes changes do need to happen. And while there may be certain things that you're doing that are kind of causing certain people to step away, it doesn't mean that you're responsible for everything. So some relationships, you're not pushing them away, they're just not really meant for you at this point in time. And that's a good thing. You may also be delving very deeply into your own emotions right now, doing a lot of healing, looking at a lot of your own shadows, peeking under different rocks of your brain and uncovering things that you did not really realize was there. And while that sounds like it could be scary, it actually seems like it's really empowering and exciting and really interesting and really fascinating, and like this whole self-discovery process that you are going through. And so, yeah. Make sure that you are doing mindset work in the right ways, like in the right areas. Where are you focusing your attention? Is it truly as positive as you think it is? And are you focusing more on others or more on yourself? I feel like there's also a guide in your life, it could be in the spirit realm or in person, that is wanting to share some wisdom with you. That wisdom may feel hard to hear. It is not wisdom that is bad in any way. It just might be that the way that it's communicated, it feels a little bit more curt or more blunt. But there's something to be gained from it for sure. You are definitely growing very much, coming into your own power, your peace. You're starting to take a lot more charge of your life. When you take more charge of your life, you don't feel like you need to control anything, because you feel very much like life is already in your control, so you don't have to do anything necessarily to control it. So you're definitely feeling a lot more in your power. And I do feel like, yeah, whatever you see others having that you wish you could have is going to be yours. And I feel the number 8. So in 8 months, somehow it will become yours. Like you will have your own version of it, and it will be wonderful and miraculous. So you don't really have that long to wait. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope that this served you, and I will catch you in the next one.